Do it. I'm Kyle Johnson here with Loretta High School head football coach Lee Boyd here on the Lee Boyd Show. We're coming to you from the Palace today here in Laredo, Tennessee. Stop by and eat if you get a chance. They got wonderful food, great atmosphere. Coach, started on the game last night. We played Richland over at LM Forsyth Memorial Field. Could you talk a little bit about the game and talk about how many points did we put up last night? 39?
39 points.
Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, what we did was, we watched Richland on film. They were 0-4 coming into the Columbia Academy ball game. And basically, they just come into the Columbia Academy ball game and just kind of took over.
Right.
And just made some serious adjustments, threw the ball around. They were flying places. They didn't look like an 0-4 football team.
No.
So it wasn't a bad thing for us because as a coaching staff, we try not to overlook anybody. But as players, it's hard sometimes to get kids to not say, well, they're 0-4 or they're 0-5 or whatever.
Right.
So our kids got to see all that, and we knew that there were certain things that we could do, and we did them early. We put Zach to work in the first drive, and he just click. That's what it was. It was, Timothy a couple times, Corey a time or two, Zach 3 times in the end zone. And we thought, well, if it's going to be like that, we can continue to do that. Second series come out, they drove it down. They did a really good job on some things. They caught, a couple long third down conversions. One of our corners got a little ankle issue, and he got turned around and just couldn't keep up. That kid, number 10, was really, really fast.
Right.
He's very, very quick. Good kid, good athlete. Made a great catch. I actually had a bonehead penalty. I wasn't in my box. That's my fault. I accidentally got bumped by the official, which is a rule, and it is a particular somebody rule. I was actually asking a question and trying to coach a kid, and I stuck my arm out when I did. The official ran in the arm. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's my fault. Okay. I know better than that. I should have been backed up. But it happened. So that put them down around the 10, about around the 20. When the quarter goes over, they come out and it's, I don't know, 4th and 14, I don't know. And, we got man on the outside. They just throw it back, a corner, and they beat us to the corner. I mean, got a good athlete on another good athlete, and the one athlete's got to win.
Right.
And, so they and they missed their extra points, so it's 6-6, and we come out. And we know what they do on the kickoff. We had shifted over. We didn't do much different other than we moved some personnel. We knew they were going to try to do some onside stuff, little pooches and whatnot. Well, they kicked it. Well, I told Spencer, asked me up in the week, he said, Coach, if it comes right to me, can I just take off? And I said, well, you better catch it. I said, well, basically, I'll tell you what I told him. I said, I ain't going to be happy, but I ain't going to say nothing to you if you score. As a coach, I'm going, yeah, well, that ain't never going to happen. That just don't happen much,
Yeah.
And that dude just picked it off and took it to the house. Turned the jet. So I told him, I said, where's that speed been your whole life? I said, you turn it on, boy. But I was really proud of him. He picked it out of the air. They didn't know what to do. They did not know what to do. He was already gone. He outrun him to the end zone. We come in and then, I should have went for 2 right there. I got kind of caught up in the moment. Me just not doing what I'm supposed to again, thinking. And I'd come out there for field goal for extra PAT, and I thought, we missed it when I go for 2. And, we had a little play that, turned back around, and Matt, well, no, we missed that one, didn't we? Matt, I can't remember if we squirted that one in or what we did. But I can't remember right now if we got that one or the second. We got one of the 2-point conversions on Matt Ross and rollout.
Right.
We run an option to the weak side there and got in, but I can't remember if it was the second score or the third. But then obviously we had some issues that arose. At the start of the second quarter, they happened. I'm not going to talk about it other than this, that I'll assure you that I don't condone that. I don't coach that way. And the best thing that I can say for it is it happened, and I'd love to tell you it would never happen again, but I can't make a promise like that. What I can tell you is that that's not something I'll ever promote.
Right.
And it's not condoned on this football team. It's not the way that I coach. It's not the message that I want to send to the younger kids coming in,
right,
or the community.
Right.
it happened. It was unfortunate, but that's all I'm saying.
Just got to learn from it and go on.
That's right. It don't make them bad kids. They're still kids.
Right, absolutely.
And, I told a couple of them last night, I'll stand out in front of you. I'm the adult. When I turn around, there'll be some consequences and whatnot, but I'm the adult. I'm the coach. I'll stand out in front of you.
Right.
But from there, the game kind of got different. It was different from that point. There obviously was personnel changes on both sides of the ball, and we pretty much took the game over from that point. We put Corey squirted. He come out on a belly play, cut it back across the grain and raced about 70 yards. Got tackled on 2, and then we run out of isolation lead to Zach. We stuck it in the end zone. I think that's right after that. Yeah, right after that's when we gave it to Matt. Well, Matt rolled for the 2-point conversion right there, so we did miss the 2-point conversion on the second score. I'm trying to think back in my head. Last night was a blur. It was a very strenuous, long night. I'm pretty sure we got one more score. Yes, we did. Before the half, seems like we hit Spencer. Seems like we hit Spencer on a cross, and he got in the end zone again. So, yeah, we did. We had a little play action flood right there, and got Spencer loose. A couple of times. Spencer played an unbelievable football game. 3 TDs, and that was pretty special. But he really did. I'm really proud of him. I told him about last night. He's really developed into a leader, both on the field and off the field. Just really proud of him right now. I mean, it is something for me. I'm proud of all my kids,
Right.
But when one exemplifies like he did last night, it just it makes me feel really good for him and as a coach, because he acted right. He did exactly what he's supposed to. He led by example. He was a leader beyond the out of bounds line, which is what I gotta have. One of the big things is at halftime we come in and. A lot of people probably saw me talking to my kids, and I was very intense at that time, because that's a situation that my kids need to understand that I am still in control.
Absolutely. And
I was in control. I explained to them what was going on, and I told them that we are classy, we're going to be classy, and we're going to be a certain way. Right. And they agreed, and from that point forth, we were. At halftime we come in, we made just a slight little adjustment. We knew that we were going to get them in some personnel issues. They come out, they held the ball really good in the third quarter. They drove it down 11 or 12 plays, and we finally got them on 4 and out around the 15-yard line. They stalled us, we punted. We come back, and I've got a fast set that I'll get in from time to time. It's a 2-minute drill. It's a hurry up. We thought with them having personnel issues, we might be able to get a couple quick ones right there. And we did. We got Zach loose down the side on an option one time, hit Burks a couple times, just beautiful catches. The kid's he's an athlete. He makes plays when they're there. You know what I mean? And we're evolving to some of this stuff a little bit more. We're working on it each and every week to get better at it, and we looked pretty good at it last night.
Right.
Matt broke it a couple of times. And then we hit Miles on just a go route down the middle to about the 2-yard line, and then Spencer caught an unbelievable pass, on the corner of the end zone. I'm sure I missed a score in there somewhere because I don't think that's adding up in my head, but the whole third and fourth quarter was kind of a blur. But like I said, Spencer 3 TDs, Zach had a couple. I can't remember exactly who all scored. I just know that we had scores by multiple people. Offensive line did a great job. Defensively,
only gave up 6 points on the night.
Second week in a row. I can't speak enough on Coach Ritter. He's intense, and he says 6 is too much. I told the kids last night. I said he's such a defensive-minded guy that if we go out to dinner somewhere, I'm worried he's going to try to keep me from eating because he keeps people from trying to score. But, I look over and I have to kind of keep my plate because I'm afraid he's going to find a defense that'll keep me from getting food in my mouth. But, he's special. He really is. Him and Coach Putman both. They're both my coordinators. Coach Putman, I really didn't get in the mix at all with that last night. I was more coaching character and people at that time, and instead of the actual fundamentals, which is usually not the case. Usually it's me and him. I'm kind of in both sets, and we're doing different things. But last night was a different situation. Now, once we got the game in hand, we started bringing some of our youngers in. That's the last quarter. So yeah, Spencer did catch that one. We got down, I don't know, 6-7 minutes in the ball game. We had some of our younger backs in, and we're just running our dives and some of our stuff. And then Luke Fleeman, is a bright star coming up. Tim and Dalton Neese, Cody Fisher, Mason Self, Ryan Ward. All them's younger. They're my younger generation right there. And Luke, found a seam and took it to the house. So
he did.
We go up 39-6. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Game's in hand. Something happens right there at the end. We had another little scuffle. Might have been a knee-jerk response mechanism, but that's to be expected.
Right.
But, regardless, we're 3-0 in the region. We won big against a team that's a lot better. Got a lot of good athletes on it. We got to look ahead. We got Cornersville coming to us next week.
Have you watched any film?
Yeah, we've been watching film today. They, they like to spread it out wide, and they like to throw it and run it. They like to position. Of course, a lot of people may not know this, but Coach Putman's son is the offensive coordinator at Cornersville, and of course, Coach Putman's my offensive coordinator here. So, it's a really special game for him. It's rare you get to coach against your son. I know it's emotional. It's kind of mixed emotions for him because he wants to beat him, but at the same time, that's his son. But I'll promise you this: he's trying to beat him. He's trying to beat him. And I know Coach Ritter's not going to take no slack with him, and I ain't either, because he ain't going to take none on us. But Ben's a great coach. He's a great guy.
Family bragging rights at the
I think so. I think so. Hey, don't get me wrong. I think the first year here, Ben beat him. So Ben beat him, but it's just one thing. That's pretty cool. Very rarely you see that, but. They're 2-3. They got beat on heartbreaker last night. Missed a field goal with no time left by about a foot, and it was really tough for them to do that. It was against their rival Forest. They can score points. They can score a lot of points. They give up a lot of points too from time to time. They really do. So it could go either way. It really can. I really think if we do what we do, we'll be fine. I feel like we're going to be a little bigger. We may have a little advantage there, but they throw it really well, and we're going to have to play good defense, good secondary. We're going to cover people and bring pressure. But regardless, it's another home ball game. It's going to be weather's supposed to be beautiful next week in the 70s, I think, all week, and maybe 60s at game time next Friday.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's just fall. The leaves are fixing to change. It's football. It's football as I remember it from years ago. It's a great atmosphere to be in. It's fair week, and I know there's things going on Friday night. I know there is probably a concert or something, a tractor pull. I don't know, but this is what I told my players: we get out in enough time for you to go to the fair if you want to, and there's always something in the grandstands on Friday night. But we got grandstands here also, and I know our community, and I know our fans, and I know the people that are invested in this program. And they'll fill our grandstands just like they'll fill that grandstands up there.
Absolutely.
They're proud of them, and I know that. We're 4-2 right now overall, and we're acting right. In the community, we're doing our grade. We got our grades, and we're not getting in trouble in school. Had some unfortunate things happen last night, but with the exception of those, we did okay.
Right.
And once again, to comment on that, they're kids. They're kids, and that's that's something I should be able to get on top of, and I will. Because they're just like my kids. My son, and he messes up from time to time. That don't mean he's not my kid and I don't love him. It just means he messes up from time to time.
Absolutely.
But other than that, like I said, it was awesome to see people out last night. Homecoming special, all the people coming back. I think I heard Tanner Pesnell was a homecoming queen, and Ethan was the king. Congratulations to both of those. We just the community, the faculty, there's so much behind us right now, and everybody works so hard. Like Littleton and Coach Swan, Coach Sim, he just runs and runs and runs. So it's one of those things. It takes all those people to make this thing work.
Oh, absolutely.
And they are working hard. Miss Weaver and Miss Rigsby, setting up homecoming. Miss Bishop with the parade. All the faculty just working on floats and that don't happen in big cities.
No.
It don't happen in big schools. It does in this little town. That's why I love it here. You know, everybody knows each other and they work hard for one common thing, and they know in return that I'll do the same thing for them whenever they need it. And my kids, they respond to that. So that's pretty special, and I do really want to tell them thank you and be appreciative of that, because our job was to win Friday night, and we did that, and that's what I told the kids, and it's not really anybody's job to do what happened this week, but this week was really, really good.
Yeah.
We had good weather, the floats were great, the parade went off without a hitch, you know, every activity was done well, but it was just really special. It was homecoming.
Coach, one thing I want to ask you about, I saw a YouTube video. I think you know what's coming up. And if you haven't seen it, we do have a link to it on MustangsTV.com. Do you have any comments on that video, the flash mob video?
I got one small comment. I did that for the students at Lower High School. I am all about them, and you know, this was the way that I looked at it. I expect them to cheer me on and to cheer, well, not me, to cheer my team on and to support my kids. I expect them to do their grades and do their part. And one of my parts at Lower High School is to be involved, let them know I care, and make things as enjoyable for them to be, to make it enjoyable, and to teach them to be successful and to be a part of something, to do the right thing. And sometimes that means me doing things that I wouldn't normally do. Now, anybody that knows me beyond my profession knows that really wasn't that much out of my element, I don't think. But that's something that I think they'll always remember.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and I really didn't tell anybody what I was fixing to do. I actually got one kid on my team, and I did ask him for help. You know, right before it happened, I pulled him in my office, and I said, "No, you keep this between me and you, but this is fixing to happen." And I trusted him, because I know he wasn't going to say nothing. And I said, "Give me a couple little dance moves," because I said, "I got some old stuff, but I ain't good at any of them."
Break out the old school out there.
Some of that stuff, but you know what? It was fun. The kids enjoyed it. You know, that's probably about as extravagant as you were going to get me on Fridays. But you know what? That let my kids know that it's okay to let your guard down and do things, because they'll, you know, it just gives them a different perspective of you. It gives them a different opinion of you.
Right.
It lets them know that you are something other than just, you know, a figure, a monotonous figure. It means you really care.
Right.
And I'm about that. But you know what? Not that faculty. They work so hard on that. And when I got in the middle, I you know, they said, well, you got to do something. And I said, I don't know what to do. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to wing it. And I don't think they really knew what was fixing to happen either. So
just got to go with it.
But you know, I'm all about those kids, and you know, I figure, you know, I've been called to a profession that requires you to work with kids. So you know, they're kids. And they like that stuff. And will it happen again? Probably not. Okay, probably not. I say probably because I don't know.
Just a once in a lifetime kind of thing.
I mean, it's pretty neat. Dr. Littleton kind of headed that up, and she thought it would be neat. And then Miss Jarnigan, you know, she did all the choreographing and everything. And then we were real hesitant about it, but you know, I talked to my coaches, and I said, look, you know, hey, why not? Let's just why not? We're faculty, and we need to pull together. Why not?
Right.
And they agreed to it. They didn't hesitate. Oh, they said, "Coach, that's fine. That's fine. We'll jump in." And Dr. Littleton the same way. I said, "Okay, well, let's do it then." And we come in, and you know, we're men, so it wasn't like, you know, we wasn't something we would just do.
Right.
But, it's homecoming week, and everybody that was in that gym, and the people that have seen it, you know, look. Maybe I look like a fool, but we had a good time.
Hey, from all the students I've talked to and just the people around Loretto, everybody really enjoyed it. They thought that it was really good.
Well, it shows that the faculty, they're not just about themselves. They really are here for the kids.
Right.
If we were about ourselves, I think we would have just kind of said, you know what, we ain't doing this. We're just not going to do this. But you know what? We're in a special place with special kids, and you know, some of them, they need to see that.
Oh,
they
absolutely.
Need to see that people care, and they need to see that stuff. Plus, You know, and I'll be honest with you, we're teachers. Just because we're teachers don't mean we ain't kids either.
Right.
You know, we still who we are, but it was pretty special. It really was.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we're glad to have you here today. If you get hungry, come on out to the Palace here in Loretta, Tennessee. Tim and the staff will take care of you and serve you some good food with a great atmosphere and family friendly. And Coach, just want to thank you for coming on to the show today and joining us.
I appreciate you.
And we appreciate you. And we look forward to seeing everyone in the stands against Cornersville coming up this Friday night. We need you there. We need you cheering on the boys, and we need your support. You know, they need your support, and because you know that just helps them. For Kyle Johnson, this is Loretta High School head football coach Lee Boyd, and we just thank you for watching.